On this episode of Win TV Live, the real consequences of drinking and driving, City of Frisco's plan to repair sewage pipes, and one Wakeland Wolverine who was on point. Win TV starts right now.
Live from Wakeland High School in Frisco, Texas, this is Win TV.
Good afternoon, Wolverines. I'm Alexis Anderson.
And I'm Kath Martinez. Today is Wednesday, April 26, 2023. Prom, graduation, and just making it through one more school year. This is a time for celebration. While having a good time, Mothers Against Drunk Driving shares an important reminder that 4,300 people under the age of 21 are killed each year due to drinking and driving.
So whatever you're celebrating, remember, you are not the exception. Win TV reporter Carson Hurst shares two stories of Frisco community members who have seen the impact of impaired driving firsthand.
Not every victim from a drinking and driving incident dies. Some have to live with the events of that day for the rest of their lives.
Yes, I'm alive, but me in this chair, it's not living.
Drunk and distracted driving led to Caitlin Byers' ejection from the car, destroying her whole right side of her head and body. Her friends left her for dead on the side of the road until a good Samaritan came and saved her life.
It all starts with just one drink. It doesn't matter if you're at home or you're out with friends.
Another victim, Sue Betty, shares her experiences with drunk driving from a mother's perspective.
She was someone who set high goals for herself, and she worked very hard to achieve those goals. She also knew how to have fun, and she loved people. She was very compassionate about people. She was very kind. She cared about everybody.
Thousands of drivers get behind the wheel of a car every single day. But every 8.5 hours, someone dies in a drunk driving accident.
I would tell you that Carly was a student just like you, and she sat through programs just like this. She heard things just like you're hearing today. I don't want that to be any of you, because Carly sat in your seat. She was one of you at one point, and now her life is gone. And there's nothing that I can do to save Carly now, but I can try to talk to students and make you think and have a change. This doesn't happen to another mom. It doesn't happen to another family. It doesn't happen to another student from Frisco.
I'm Carson Hurst for Win TV.
Alexis, the driver of the vehicle that hit Carly Beatty, was only 17 years old, and he is currently spending the next 10 years of his life in prison. In 2022 alone, Frisco police officers had 511 DWI arrests, with 113 of those arrests in the age range of 15 to 25 years old.
Frisco Police Department is not only dedicated to protecting human life by keeping our roads safe, but they also play a huge part in bringing awareness to many initiatives within our community,
including having a soft spot for our furry friends. Our Eric Kanzler sees how Frisco Police Department is connecting pets with families.
Every year, over 6 million animals enter shelters, but only half of them end up getting adopted. However, the officers of the Frisco Police Department came up with an idea to help more animals find a happy home.
My involvement in Long Timer Looking is, it's not really a program. What it is a kind of a partnership with the Collin County Animal Shelter, where they have asked us to help promote those animals in the shelter that have been there the longest. With our reach, we're able to get the information to a lot of folks. And so it's just a program that we just recently started. Every week, I get new information from the shelter. They provide the information and the pictures, and we get it out on our social media.
While the effect of such a program can sometimes be hard to see, it is clear that the program has had an impact on both the animals and the people.
Yeah, so the impact is pretty big, not only for the animal, but for us and the family. The family adding a new family member to their home, that dog getting a new home and finding, love and a family and attention, really finding their family and having that love of a family. It clears out space for us, so more animals can be here and also look for their forever homes. and helps us keep our numbers down. If you'll keep adopting, as animals come in, more animals are able to go adoptable from there.
You can see the animals that are featured each week on the Frisco Police Department's Instagram and Twitter at Frisco PD. I'm Eric Kanzler for WinTV.
Here is a picture of this week's cat and dog that are currently still looking for their forever home.
Aw, they're so cute. Frisco PD's Twitter feed highlights new animals every Wednesday. Drive down Legacy lately? If so, you've probably seen all the construction equipment and lane closures.
WinTV reporter Hannah Smith found out what's going on and how this will impact Wakeland.
Leaked feces, traffic jams, and noise complaints are all related to the recent construction near Wakeland High School. Multiple excavators, backhoes, and cranes are being utilized to move sewer pipes to higher elevations. The Legacy lift station, the result of this construction, is working to improve sewage control for surrounding areas. Although lift stations are used to reduce capital costs of sewer system construction, they can ultimately be extremely expensive. In fact, the Legacy lift station will cost around $17 million. The construction is currently in the early stages of production and is projected to be completed by spring of 2024. Will this benefit Wakeland or create more problems? The construction has affected traffic control and will likely continue for the duration of this time.
However, once installed, there will be a decrease in sewage problems and less disruption near Wakeland. I'm Hannah Smith for WinTV.
Sounds like the improvements to the sewer pipe will also be an improvement for the Wakeland bathrooms.
For sure. FCCLA, a career and technical student organization, gave 2 Wakeland students the opportunity to explore cultural influences on wedding day fashion.
Emily Stevens recaps the in-depth process that Sophia and Bella took to become award-winning fashion designers.
Wakeland students Bella Rosa and Sofia Kundovich took representation in fashion to state. After 2 months of dedicated work, the two have designed and crafted wedding dresses from many different cultures.
We created these wedding gown designs because we were really inspired by the beauty of cultures around the world. So for our bridal theme project, we decided to incorporate the most prominent cultures into our wedding gown designs, so every bride has the opportunity to embrace her culture on her wedding day.
After gathering inspiration, the two began the elaborate process of creating dresses for competition.
So how we went about doing it was we began with researching the most prominent cultures in the world and putting together collages of images of what traditional bridal gowns that each culture looked like. This way we were able to draw inspiration from them during our sketching process and incorporate elements from each of the traditional dresses into our original designs. And after a few drafts, we were able to produce our final products, which was a total of 4 dresses, an Indian, African, European, and Japanese wedding gown.
The two won 4th in their state FCCLA competition, their hard work truly bringing representation to life. I'm Emily Stevens from WinTV.
It seems I never have money on me when I want something from the cave.
Well, Catherine, not having cash isn't a problem anymore. There's a new way to pay for all your favorite snacks. Vance O'Rourke found out how DECA has brought the cave into the 21st century.
Many people think that their dreams won't come true till they leave the halls of Wakeland, but this dream has finally come true in the cave.
Money is really important that people spend on every transaction, and the main reason is there are fees for having the credit card system. So right now our minimum is $3. What the district will do in tandem with Wakeland is figure out what the accurate fee should be based upon how much we're making. We think we're going to be lucky enough to keep it at $3, $5 at the most because of how much we're making on the credit card system.
And how will the credit card system affect the revenue in the cave?
Believe we will see an increase in our revenue during passing periods because of the card being here, and this kind of leads to one of the cons. It takes a little bit longer. So I could help 3 to 4 customers in the same time that somebody's going to purchase something with the credit card system. So unless they're matching the amount of money, naturally you might see a decrease in revenue. But with Power Lunch, a little more relaxed time, we should see a spike in how much we make.
Make sure to stop by the cave during lunch and passing period to try out the new credit card system. This has been Vance O'Rourke for WinTV.
Wow, DECA really does a great job with the cave.
They really do.
Wakeland Wrestling is bringing the sport to the middle schools. But it's not just a sport, it's a strong community. Ava Wheatley shows how wrestling brings people together.
Wrestling is moving across Frisco to reach all schools. Riley Decker, captain of the women's wrestling team, shows her leadership in this role.
I feel like wrestling expanding to the middle schools is a great thing. Wrestling is becoming, especially for the girls, is becoming one of the fastest growing sports in Texas right now. So I think it's a great thing to start getting kids that are younger, that aren't just in high school, to get accustomed and accommodated to wrestling so that they can experience how great of a sport this really is.
However, none of this could have happened if it weren't for a very certain coach.
Try and put a smile on my face and give everybody a high five when they're warming up. You make that eye contact, and if you're smiling, they're going to end up smiling, and it just, uplifts them. Bring out the positives in everybody, and we like to highlight those so that everybody feels appreciated and loved.
Through this loving spirit, Wakeland Wrestling is not just a team, but a family.
We are a family. We are always connected. We all love each other, and we come together, and we just embrace this sport and embrace each other.
There's a bond that grows, and it just they become siblings, and it becomes your second family.
This place is my home, and all these people are my family.
I'm Ava Wheatley for Win TV.
A pivotal week for baseball, and softball enters the playoffs.
Win TV sports reporter Vance O'Rourke has all this on the Wolverine replay.
This is a clutch week for Wakeland baseball. If they manage to win, they are going to be given a play-in game to punch a ticket into the playoffs. This game will be played at Newman Smith. Make sure to cheer on our Wolverines. With a 4-3 win over the Colony, softball has had an impressive season with a record of 13-1. They are moving on to the bi-district playoffs versus Liberty as district champions. The first game is Thursday at Independence at 6:30.
Thank you, Vance. Entering the playoffs wouldn't happen without the special bond between the players. Win TV reporter Karina Varghese shows how the sisterly bond brings them to victory.
Two softball players at Wakeland have a bond of not just teammates, but sisters. Wakeland freshman Lauren McElwain and Wakeland senior Taylor McElwain are on the varsity softball team and have a bond that's like no other.
What I like the most about playing softball with my sister is that I always have someone to go to when things get hard, and I'm always her number one cheerleader, and she's always mine, so that's what makes it so fun.
Even from the start, these sisters have inspired each other to play softball and have felt a special connection in the sport.
My sister did inspire me to play softball. When we were kids, I used to sit outside of her dugout, cheering her on, playing around, and then I was like, maybe I should play because she was just doing so well.
Whether it's cheering each other on from the sidelines or playing together on the field, Taylor and Lauren have made this year an important one.
Taylor and Lauren have worked together, on and off the field. Being sisters, they have that special relationship that they just know each other. They know what excites them when they're feeling down and how to pick each other up.
These softball players are taking their sisterly bond into the first round of playoffs this coming week, a relationship that will last a lifetime through the love of a sport. I'm Karina Varghese for Win TV.
By the end of this weekend, Our Lady Wolverines could be crowned bi-district champions moving on to area, a feat that hasn't happened since 2018. And this has been your Wolverine Replay.
Dreams are coming true for this Wakeland senior who's danced her way to a spot at a prestigious dance school.
Wakeland's very own Dasha Vishnikova is taking her talents to New York City this fall to train at the world-renowned Juilliard School. The prestigious performing arts school only accepts 20 dancers each year of the 300 to 400 who audition internationally.
When I started falling in love with dance, my mom really encouraged it because she got to brag about it to her Russian friends, my little girl's gonna be a ballerina.
Dasha credits her hard-working immigrant parents who inspired her work ethic and her drive.
So being a first-generation American, it's kind of surreal that I have the opportunity to go to Juilliard. My parents put me in dance mainly because I was a shy little girl and I didn't like to talk to people. So they put me in class and I actually interacted with people for the first time. So it was a way for me to express myself. So it's kind of weird coming to a point where I'm I really love this and this is what I want to do with my life, and it's connected me with people I love, and it's something that brings me so much joy. And it all began just because I couldn't really talk to people.
Most young dancers can only dream of getting into Juilliard, but for Dasha, This dream quickly became a reality on March 27th when she received the news of her acceptance.
If I could, I would tell my younger self that you did it and all the hard work paid off. And yeah, so good on you, girl.
She is truly a stunning dancer. We will be wishing Dasha luck as she moves on to this exciting new chapter of her career and life this fall.
Usually, we only get to see football under the fall Friday night lights, but Frisco Fighters brings the sport all year round. Reporter Misha Brown highlights the team and their accomplishments.
Here at the Comerica Center, the Frisco Fighters play indoor football against lots of teams across the nation, while also hosting many events at their games. Last weekend, the Fighters played against the Massachusetts Pirates while also having FISD night and $2 hot dogs.
My name is Megan Clark, and I am an account executive with the Frisco Fighters. I've been working for the Fighters since about September of 2022. Yeah, so the Fighters have been around for 3 seasons. This is the second season that the Fighters have been under the Dallas Stars operation. So right now, the Fighters' record is 3-0, but we're playing right now, and we're hoping for 4-0.
At the game, cheerleaders from across different schools performed during the halftime, while the Frisco Education Foundation honored the Teachers of the Year while also raising money using ticket sales.
Yeah, so the Frisco Fighters offer a super fun, family-friendly, fast-paced environment, and it's indoor football. Who wouldn't want to come? So the Fighters have 6 home games left in the season, and by the way we're playing now, hopefully we'll make a playoff push.
The Fighters fought hard to win their game 56-39, continuing their 4-game win streak and staying undefeated throughout the start of the season. Their next game is against the Duke City Gladiators on the 7th of May, so if you're looking for some plans for the weekend, purchase a ticket directly at the Comerica Center or on the Fighters website and come on down to cheer on your Fighters. I'm Misha Brown for Win TV.
Follow our social media for updates and to stay in touch with what is going on at Wakeland. I'm Catherine Martinez.
And I'm Alexis Anderson, and this has been Win TV Live for Wednesday, April 26th. Stay forever orange and blue and have a great rest of your day, Wolverines.